might have to fix that. So on YouTube, we're live now. So hello, everybody that is joining us here on YouTube. Something you should know, and I'm going to put it in text somehow across the screen. You're not going to be able to see the episode or hear the episode's audio on YouTube. That's not going to happen, I don't think, because of copyright and things. I can't do that. So I am streaming this live over on Patreon. You can go over there and watch it. I'll put some kind of text on the screen so that you guys can have it up there persistently on YouTube. So anybody who pops in can come join us on Patreon. You should be able to back it up on there and start from the beginning. It will be available live. You will not have to pay for it. It'll be available to the free tier. You just have to sign up as a free member and you can watch it over there. It's the best I can do. Afterward, just so you know, that we will be editing the reaction to Family of Blood and posting it over on YouTube edited so that anybody who didn't come join the live will still be able to see it. But it's not a first time watch. You guys should know that by now. If you're here, it was lost. I watched it. It feels like years ago now, and it was lost to the video coding gods and lost to time forever. So we're going to just take a quick look to try to give you guys a little bit of that. Yeah, and so that's on YouTube, right? The mask is on YouTube. And just so we're clear, just a quick look. This is, well, we don't want that. Yeah, Netflix is fine. This is what we'll see on Patreon. On YouTube, we shouldn't be able to see that. David, if you'll give me a check once I start and just tell me if the audio is coming through on YouTube, because if it is, that's a problem. But hopefully it won't be. Hopefully that won't be a big deal. So I'm having to buy, by the way, I'm having to buy Doctor Who on Amazon. This particular episode 10, because I can't find it anywhere else. So, but that's fine. That's why that's one more thing that's made it take so long. No, I've only got. The question was somebody that somebody thought that the person out there, a follower, giving me the entire show. No, I've only got Series 7 and Series 8 on like downloaded files. I didn't realize. I should have. I remember that I should have, but I. Dude, if you have it pulled up, let me know if you need to. Just as a quick check. So yeah, I have seen this before. I'm watching it again because I don't have the recording. I don't have the recording. It was corrupted when I first recorded this reaction a long time ago. Never had it. I recorded sort of a like, I don't remember what I called it, kind of a summary episode, just going over the parts of the episode that I really enjoyed way back when that happened for Patreon, but I don't have an actual episode reaction recording of this. So I am doing it just as a live because it was missed. I know how much people love this episode and wanted this done. So this is just for you guys. Again, if you want to check it out, go over to patreon.com/that'sunacting. You can sign up for free and it'll be available in the free tier if you just want to go check that out and watch the live with us. I can't stream the live here on YouTube, obviously, because YouTube copyright and things and stuff will happen and it'll be bad. So I'm just going to do it over there if you guys want to come join. I do need to set up some kind of text. Did I cry when I saw the ending of John Smith? Me? Men don't cry. What? Me cry? Have you ever seen me? No, of course not. Why would I do that? Of course I cried. Are you kidding? It was one of the most heartbreaking things. I also had a pretty wild take about the doctor that I think maybe some people don't share, but I kind of feel like he was being a bit of an, we'll get there. We'll talk about it when we get to the end of the episode. We're about to get started. Give me like 5 minutes, not 5 minutes. I'm literally, give me 30 seconds. Okay. I'll be right here. I'm having a difficult time figuring this stuff out. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a small technical glitch. Give me just a second. Sorry. Yeah, technical glitch. All right, here we go. We're going to get into this Doctor Who Series 10 episode, Series 3, Episode 10, Family of Blood. We're going to get into this real quick and just enjoy the watch afterward. I'll have a little bit of commentary. I'll take a few questions from the comments, and then we'll get into some stuff later just for the patrons once the YouTube live ends. But for now, if I remember how to do this, this is the previously on still happening here. Recap. Don't need that. We already know this. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, David, if you can keep them up, if you can keep them up to date actually on the YouTube side, people ask questions like, why are you doing this one? Or why can't I see the video? If you could try to keep them up to date, I appreciate it. Because I'm not going to be able to focus. Oh my God, this has been so long. I kind of hate this was a two-parter too that I missed. I miss Martha. This was for me. This was one of Martha's like biggest breakthrough episodes as a character. I was so impressed with her in this whole throughout this whole scenario. It's so weird jumping into this at the beginning of the second part, not having seen either one of them for so long. That lady, by the way, I remember talking about her because she's incredibly impressive. That yeah, that really unorthodox style of behavior would be so difficult to pull off and make believable. And that the maid and the son, I think they did such an amazing job of sucking you in and making it feel authentic, even though it's so over the top. Thank you, David. No, yeah, I agree. I think the son does to take a lot of the shine. Well, one thing that I think, but about so hold on. I don't know if I can. I'm realizing first of all I'm not in full screen. Something that about their acting that I think gets overlooked. That even in conversations about it with me giving her credit for how great she does, I haven't heard anybody talk about. I don't think they get enough credit for how much about how sort of in sync they are. The the behaviors and the way they're performing and sort of their mannerisms and their kind of like overexcitability and exaggerated expression is intense, but it's also incredibly similar to each other. Like they come off very believably like two beings that are behaving just as they behave, the way you see two members of a family behave. Their exaggerated acting is not just comical. It's not just extra. It's also very much in lock with each other in the way they react to things and the way they express themselves. So I think that's something that probably I haven't heard anybody talk about. That's really impressive. And it's the red balloon. I know, and the the music box, and it's creepy. I don't like it. And can we talk a little bit about how wild it is that there was a time when 13-year-old boys were expected to be ready to pick up guns at any point? It it's wild too, knowing the doctor and who he is, that his first reaction is to pull children into a room, give them guns, and send them to war. That's crazy. I still wonder if that little boy's ever going to come back because his character is really interesting. Like even this moment, look at this when it turns to the family. Look at the maid, and then the son. Watch their mannerisms, and it's easy to buy that they are from the same family. Look at them, their posture, the head tilt. I saw. Thank you. You're very welcome. I don't know if anyone. I'm sure that other actors would do this kind of thing. It just seemed like the fair thing to do. I know this is a big episode for people. Yeah, the meta commentary here is a little crazy. The war is coming. It's just the commitment that those actors are giving right now. That's a wonderful line. At least it's set her properly. Very impressive. Beautiful job. Welcome into everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I'm not keeping too close an eye on comments until afterward. It feels like my first time watching this. This is crazy. It's been so long. Those little expressions right there, like this moment, I cannot get it to work. Anything, this little moments right here, like on the doctor's face, were so cool to me when I first watched this because he really is just an entirely different person. This uncertainty, this almost insecurity on his face, keeping up this, the appearance there, but right here, not used to seeing the doctor look like he's unsure of himself, questioning his own actions that way. These guys were great, by the way. I don't know how many of you know like how much some of you know about the art of theatrical movement and the way that you train. Um, Tons of times you get people just off the street and tell them to walk like this, but these some of these guys are so good. You pull dancers, you pull people who have had training in theater. Movement class is so weird. It wouldn't be the whole group either. There'll be a lot of extras or just probably just people. But whenever you see some people highlighted a lot, and you can really see the intricacies and sort of the subtleties in the way they're moving. And this woman, Jesus Christ, this is a word. She this expression and this sort of like state that she's in. Of course, we don't get the whole first part of the episode that because it's the second half, but just someone else who's just so entirely overwhelmed and doing her best to wrap her mind around a concept, a scenario that is uh otherworldly, that is too intense for like a human mind, let alone a human mind of this time period and era, to really understand, just sort of be able to deal with. So her almost glassy eyed look half the time, like she's stuck in her mind trying to work things out and having to reground herself into reality every few moments to move forward in the conversation, is really lovely to watch. Oh, really? I forgot about this moment. I'm pretty sure every doctor reads that in a book. No, there's no way she knew all the bones of the hand that well. I don't think enough to know that Martha was right. But Martha's also a lot closer to her studies too. Mm. I love that John Smith was the last to sort of accept the reality of the situation. But John Smith doesn't have the power to do anything about it. It's so lovely to see Tennant in a role like this, having that kind of moment, connecting as an equal to a love interest. We didn't get to see that at any other time. The connection's very unique in comparison to what else we see the Doctor go through. I should say the other connections we see the Doctor have. It's very distinct from all of those because they're just both people just trying to figure it out who care about each other. Yeah, you're just standing there. You're not making it any better. Wow. Just no chill at all. These people. It's just it's all about tension. Wow. And these kids, man, doing a great job. Usually more a mark of a really good director or DP. or I mean AD, sorry, the DP. They're just shooting straw, and somehow that was heartbreaking. Very good job. Yeah, that's important. It's brilliant. Good man. That's all right. Nothing's to change because they're looking for the boy, right? So they got to filter through to try to find him. Remember that. Oh, okay. Lucky group. He just does such an incredible job. Do you see that moment when he ran in the hallway and he tried to stop and he ended up on one leg, kind of hopping for a second? It's a brilliant example of how comedic comedy moments or intense physical moments, when they happen naturally, you barely even notice them. As a people, as opposed to people trying to exaggerate their behavior for comic effect, which always to me just comes off looking a little off. Uh, Does anybody else on rewatch? This is my first time really actually rewatching an episode ever. Really, does anybody else on rewatch, when you hear "Why can't I stay," hear the words echo in your head? I don't want to go. because that's what just happened to me. He said, "Yeah, that's what it takes me to that moment." That's so dark when you think about it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about easily, but she's doing better than me than I would. Still a hero's heart, human or not, even if there's only one of them. Perfect timing. I think one of the things that catches me about this episode, maybe especially on rewatch, is that it's the kids stole the watch. They ran off with it. They needed it earlier. All this stuff, and sure, it would have worked. I think, like, right, if Martha had just grabbed the watch off the mantle earlier and opened it, he would have been restored, and then who knows how things would have gone. But something that's interesting, I'm just kind of realizing, is I think it seems that the watch is showing up at exactly the right time for John Smith, not the doctor, but John Smith, to be prepared to open it of his own free will, to accept this, because there's no way he would have earlier. He didn't even, he had no concept that it was real. But all the conversation and all the experiences they've been going through, now is the time when I think he's most primed as an individual apart from the doctor to make this decision independently, um, to have it be sort of something to which he consents, which is an interesting thing, because I don't think it's necessary. She could have just opened the watch, right? But I always thought it was funny, why, if the voice inside the watch, if the doctor, whatever his essence, was talking to the little boy, why didn't it just tell him to take it to Martha? Why did it tell him to keep it hidden? And maybe it was all just, it just needed to happen when it was meant to happen. I wonder if there would have been some kind of negative effects to the doctor moving forward, some kind of lingering pain, emotionally or intellectually, if John Smith had been ripped from this world rather than choosing to depart. I might be thinking too far into it because he just said what he said, right? He said it told him where to find them because it wants to be held now, not before, but now. That's interesting. I might be overthinking it too. Oh, see, I didn't remember that line, but yeah, I think maybe that's what was happening here. Just a casual media storm. No big deal. But he does, right? I'm pretty sure he does. Of course he would. This, hello. Hello, David Tennant. Oh, wow. The little boy came out in him for just a minute. People talk about, people will say things like, um, the idea that we all still have like our young selves, right? The little boy, the little girl inside from when we were small. And it can be said disparagingly. But for just a moment, the little boy that was John Smith and whatever history he had cooked up came alive for just this brief moment. He was nothing but small and vulnerable and frightened and sad. And if that doesn't hit you right in the heart, then um, you might want to look into that because that should touch just about anybody. If you've been a child at some point in your life, that should have an impact. Of course, she would. Ever the matron. It's a wonderful gift, giving them that vision. Uh, this is brilliant. Oh, wow. I did miss him. It's so nice to have him back. Oh, touch all those buttons. That's right. It's so fun to be remembering this like a few seconds before it happens. That's good. Oh, I miss his theme. This is so chilling. Yeah, I don't like that. I remember not liking that. No, thank you. No, thanks. Ooh, I got clever. What was that line he said later? I got clever. He started tricking people into taking their own. Well, and here it comes though. The one time I feel like the doctor was unacceptable. His behavior, disconnected. Well, that's not exactly how I would characterize it. And this is it. This shouldn't have been offered even. No, it's not. Well, not for that reason. And he just doesn't stop. I feel like you should be able to see it. This is the one time I feel like his selfish desire for something overwhelmed his good sense. But that'll do it. But to put her in a position to be cruel to the image of the man that she was falling in love with was not the best judgment by the doctor. Oh, I'm just remembering though later, I'm at the point now where we've seen her granddaughter or her, I think, right? At the end of the 10th run. And that was a really cool moment. The question, was she happy? No, not great. Yeah, sure. It's so funny that it's this episode too that I had to rewatch because I'm getting comments on the next one, Utopia, about something that I don't even know. I haven't gone back and rewatched what I said on that episode about the fob watch, and people are either calling me a wizard or just sure that I'm lying about not having about those watches being like first time watches. But it's I don't know. It just seems like such an obvious thing. The fob watch. To the left, to the left, to the front, to the front, to the back, to the back. Now kick. Now, sorry, it's not the right time. No, you're right. It's inappropriate. Oh, out of the mud. Good man. I questioned earlier. I wonder if we'd ever see that character again. I didn't remember this moment, but I think it's obvious that we won't because something that we never do is cross timelines. Uh, this feels like we've seen the conclusion of his story or near it. He's lived his whole life. So there's no room for us to interject back in the middle somewhere. And don't blink. Okay. All right. So I don't know. This is a weird thing for me. I hope that you guys on YouTube, I hope you were able to join me over on Patreon. The live will be up for viewing for a while, and then there will be an edited version um, that will be able to be put up on YouTube. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get something up for you by the end of our run through series 3. So kind of as maybe as like a part of like in between seasons, in between the two series. Hopefully by then we'll be able to have it up so that it'll be available for you to watch in the future. I don't know if this was entertaining. It was a very odd experience to try to go through this with you guys, especially at the beginning. I didn't know really what to say. It was like those moments when you don't know what to do with your hands because one, it was a second, the beginning of the second parter, of the second half of a two-parter, and I haven't seen the first one in so long. And then two, I've seen it and I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know how to. I didn't know, like, I needed time to kind of fall into it, I think, and for it to feel more natural. Because at the beginning, I didn't know what to say. So I hope it came off okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you appreciate um, this being up there. I do feel really bad that the original one is lost. That does really suck. I do know how important this one is and how much people love this episode. But I hope you guys appreciate the my decision to do this. Who knows? I may go through what I did post on Patreon, the sort of like recap, and maybe post that as well at some point here on YouTube. I don't know. Or at least make it available to the free tier, to everybody on YouTube. I mean, on Patreon, so that people can see it. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I just feel really bad. I know, like I said, I already knew because of my experience with the patrons and how important this episode was to them. But then going through this on YouTube and watching it was like every episode for like from like series 3, episode 5 or 6. Every episode had multiple comments about this one, about people waiting for this one, about people being excited about this one. Even if you didn't name it because you were like avoiding spoilers, I could tell contextually, having seen them already, that this is what you guys were pointing to and how excited you were for these two episodes for Human Nature and Family of Blood. And I just increasingly felt bad about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it worked out for you. And that it was a an adequate or as adequate as possible substitute. But anyway, that's all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks to everybody who showed up on Patreon who was already a member. And for those of you who are new there as free members, I hope you stick around. At least sometimes things go to the free tier randomly. Sometimes you can get access to some information and announcements that you can't see on YouTube. So I hope you stick around. But either way, you'll see my face in the next video uploaded to YouTube. I think it'll be episode 12, maybe 13. I can't remember, but whatever it is, I'll see you there. Thanks for being here. Please remember, as always, to be kind to each other, and most importantly, to be kind to yourself. So things are so